Welcome to the virtual lunch. Today is Friday, May 28th, and this is virtual lunch number 314. Our guest today is Stephanie Henshaw, the manager of accounting services at Baker, Sterchi, Cowden and Rice. And this is part of our continuing series on growth and efficiency with our friends at SurePoint. Well, welcome, Stephanie.
Great. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me, and lots of faces on here.
It's a privilege. We're looking forward to speaking with you today. So, Stephanie, why don't we just start? Tell us about your background, your role at Baker Sterchi.
We can get into my background. Out of the 18 years of my professional career, 13 of them have been spent in a law firm. So quite at home here. I spent 1 year at a law firm in 2008 during a recession, 4 years at Berman and Rabin, and I've been at Baker, Sterchi, Cowden and Rice for 8 years now. It's my home. I never plan on leaving. I do all the accounting from GL to preparing the information for taxes to our accountants and overviewing the accounts payable and our conflict check process and opening new clients matters, things like that. I am 95% remote. The office is in Kansas City, and I actually live in Colorado now. I don't think it would have ever been an option. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that it would be when I made the decision to move. I was actually looking at places in Colorado, and then COVID happened. And I just got to thinking, well, why can't I work from anywhere if I can work from home? And I brought it to my boss, who's Karen Griggs on the line, and she agreed, and the managing partner agreed, and we're living life, happy family. But I will say that it's good to come back to the office. I am in Kansas City right now and see everybody and engage face-to-face with our people and our team. We're the ones that are mainly doing the collections, the attorneys. That's an uncomfortable conversation for them with their clients. So we really take it out of their hands. We've got to get the money in the door so we can have cash flow. And because of the pandemic, clients have increase the days that they pay. So for 60 days, now it's 90 days, or ask for a 10% rate reduction. So it's really important to stay on top of that AR so that you have that cash flow coming in. If you want to continue to grow, you need to have a good strategic plan and know how much you want to grow, and decide about your legal or your office space is a huge topic. I actually went to a session that Debbie Foster hosted, and it was years ago talking about that you don't need all of your office space, and partners don't need their huge offices. So that's an immediate way to increase your bottom line, is if you reduce your office space. Larger firms have already brought some of their back office work to the Midwest because the rent is already cheaper for space. And so it's been going. I think it will continue to go. And perhaps those that are looking for space in 5 years might get a way better deal because all this office space is going to be out there. We've been seeing these alternative fee arrangements and milestone type flat fees for quite a while. And again, it's a little slow to pick up, but it's been trending for a while and more clients are wanting that. And if you can increase your revenues, you could perhaps pass it on to the client by a reduced rate or a discount to keep your client and know that we have value to them. So we use SurePoint, and they have KPIs and dashboards to make decisions. As far as staffing, you can know your attorney realization. If a partner is working on it, you can make a decision that an associate needs to work on it, or you can find out what practice groups are busy by running productivity reports and finding out. It has all sorts of information. It's just really great to be able to look at it, and it has a profitability tool that we use so we can know what we're making on clients and attorneys and make informed decisions. We're about 60-70% e-billing. And of course, they're all getting tight. The guidelines are getting tighter because everyone's on a tighter budget. And they've also changed the way that they pay. So instead of paper checks, because no one's in the office, they're going to electronic payments. So ACH, credit card, wire, things like that. We all have to adjust our work style. And I just think the e-billing will continue to grow. We've looked at technology. There's technology to help with your e-billing process. So we are tossing that around. It's one program that you use and you submit all your e-bills there instead of having to log into 20 different programs that the client may require. So yeah, it's just going to only increase. Law firms are a little slower to adapt, so we are not paperless yet. One always hopes to be. More other companies are already green, and it's just something we all have to adapt to. The accounting person, such as myself, could generate the information to the bank, but our bank calls on any one of the signers on our account to re-go through the information and verify. So the wire can't just go out from me to Nigeria. It has to go through several processes to make sure that it's actually legit. We've added some stuff to our email, so external sender in your subject or some big red flag that says it's coming from somebody. They can spoof emails. It could say, Stephanie Henshaw, please wire $1 million to the following account, and it's from so-and-so at Gmail. So you can add some layers of security so that your employees don't think every email is legit. And of course, I would add layers of the arranging partner, whoever has to authorize those wires going out. Okay, so we have a separate remittance address, so it doesn't come to Stephanie Henshaw. Let's say we change AR people or something happens and they're getting the remittance advice. We have a remittance at whatever your law firm email address is, so that way the client can send a backup to that, so you can match it up with the payments, because you're right, you'll just get a name and your client may be X and they send it under a different name, and so you can't match it up. But anytime that I give out our information, I give that remittance at our law firm so that they can send the backup. You're right, there's just nowhere to identify some of those transactions. There's some systems out there that you can add links to your invoices and they can click on it and pay you, or a link through your website. So a portal, so to speak, a client portal that they can go to might decrease the amount of days that it takes for you to get paid. But on those e-billing vendors, what I mean by that is there are programs that the client has deemed where we submit our invoices. It has to be in a particular format. It's called leads. And you have to upload those files along with backup, and that adjuster or person on the other end reviews it. The system catches it for words they don't like to pay for and deem administrative. So if you have 70% of your clients going through one of these sites, it does not speed up the process, in my opinion, of getting paid. So then you only have 30% that maybe have that other option, clicking on your link to pay you quicker. So all law firms are coming up with their remote plan for work now that the pandemic is hopefully phasing out with vaccines, and office space is going to be for sale and available, and employees, in order to keep them and retain them, they're going to want to have the option to be able to work from home. I see it sticking around, and in some ways it's not a good thing, but in some ways it's changed the way that law firms and leaders think of how work can get done.
Stephanie Henshaw, everybody. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. And thanks so much to SurePoint and Lydia Flocchini for coordinating this. This has been such a great series and a great conversation. And I hope you all have just a fantastic holiday weekend. Thank you very much.